Hello there everyone and welcome to the penultimate event of this season. This is Elimination Race. I'm once again joined by Ben Ficker for this wonderful event here.
Yes, this event, one of the best of marble sports. It's going to be a truly entertaining one here as we're for the championship battles. We're super close between the top two, Quartz and Penguin. This is a crucial event for the championship battle. Penguin, a 3-point lead over Quartz. Candy Cane has been closing in recently, but is 8 points off the title. Let's see who gets it today.
Yeah, it could be either one of them who could still theoretically win this championship as of now. As we do have the test run show us this event. Those same 4 marbles we have seen in the previous event, it looks like it will be Inferno winning that race, and Lilypad would have been eliminated there. This is a quite quick-paced run this time around, other than previous elimination races. On this channel, it's been quite slow-paced, but this one's quite fast. You have to watch where you're going quite quickly here.
Yes, you do. There's see that switchback section there. That could be pretty crucial. And then heading into that final section there. It's a very tricky course, despite being short. As we're about to start round 1, you can see so many marbles there, and down we go to start. It looks like, and already we have one stop, and that is Soundwave.
Looks like Soundwave is gonna be the first eliminated on this course. Iceberg also stopped further up, but they were luckily further up the course, so Soundwave will be eliminated instead. Every single other marble will be lucky to survive here. Looks like it would have been Axolotl eliminated if there is no DNFs, but unfortunately, Soundwave is the first marble out. As you can see, something else with this track. All 16 marbles will be going at once, which is a first time for this channel, I think. Soundwave will be unfortunately eliminated. So see marbles that are remaining after round 1 here. Penguin, Quartz, Candy Cane still in it. The more Penguin survives, Penguin could theoretically clinch the championship in this event here, as we now move on to Heat 2. Quartz is at the back. Sigglefag passes Quartz, and Quartz gets out in round 2.
This is horrible news for that marble. They were in second place in the standings, only 3 points off of Penguin. This is terrible for Quartz, only earning 1 point today. They have not been in great form the past 2 events, I believe. You see, they got hung up there in Signal Flag. Easily passes Quartz. Quartz is eliminated already. That is horrible news for this marble. You see there the pylon that gives Penguin and Candy Cane a big advantage here. Penguin to take that lead. Candy Cane maybe close up to Penguin and definitely close up to Quartz. We're about to start round 3. Down we go. Looks like it is Patriotic at the back. Now it's Electrojet, but it ends up being Axolotl, who can't catch up to the rest of them and is eliminated.
Yes, you see, it was Chameleon at the back early on, then it seemed to be Patriotic, then Electrojet. It looked like that Axolotl gets stuck for minutes there. That ended up being their demise here in the replay. Axolotl didn't get stuck, then Electrojet, who was 5th in the standings, would have been out instead. Poor Axolotl. They haven't really done anything since Funnel Endurance back in Event 1. Been downhill ever since for that marble. They're going to finish 14th in this event here, as we're now going to move on to round 4. Here are all of the marbles still remaining, and we're off. It looks like Electrojet's back up once again. It looks like Arctic Fox is now struggling. They bump Penguin forward, and Arctic Fox will be getting out instead of Penguin here.
Yeah, that was the same spot Axolotl got stuck. This time, though, Arctic Fox can't even free themselves, and that marble has been struggling all season, besides for a few events. Oh, they actually hit Penguin. That was lucky for Penguin. If Arctic Fox didn't hit them, it would have been Penguin who was eliminated. Wow. Penguin maybe a sigh of relief there. Because now it's time to go on to the 5th round in a little bit, because we already have our bottom 4. Arctic Fox, they've actually been in decent form the past few events. But still, it's been a very bad season for that marble. Now we go to start round 5. At the back, it is Tiger Shark, who's been terrible. Someone is stuck, and I think it's Chameleon. I couldn't quite tell, though. Signal Flag also got stuck. Who will it be, though?
Yeah, someone definitely did get stuck, though, and it looks like it was Chameleon. So, Sigilfag better be lucky here that they didn't get out here. It's because they also get stuck. Penguin would have been out if there were no DNFs, so Penguin does lucky to get out save again. As you examine the frame here, see Chameleon definitely did get stuck there. Chameleon will be finishing 12th overall. Chameleon has also been struggling these past few events. Other than the beginning of the season, Chameleon has been struggling a lot. You can see here after round 5, those are the marbles that have been eliminated as we now move on to round 6. Penguin and Candy Cane are both still in it as everyone has moved down to just 2 rows only now. Electrojet is struggling here, so Goblin, but then Sushi moves to the back. Sushi gets blocked by Electrojet and Sushi will be getting out here.
That round flew by. Look at how quick those marbles at the back were between Goblin, Electrojet, and Sushi. Unfortunately, Sushi is eliminated. A great block by Electrojet there ended up being the difference. And that marble who's been kind of in the mid-pack all season is going to be eliminated here and have to settle for 11th. So that's a bit disappointing for that marble. But it's kind of been the story of the season so far, of being in the mid-pack. We are about to find out which marble will get 10th. We have our top 10 already. And Penguin continues to extend over Quartz. This is not looking good for Quartz at all. Down we go. Who's at the back? It is Signal Flag. Well, someone got stuck, and I think that is Iceberg.
Yeah, I think that is definitely Iceberg there, as you're gonna see in the replay for sure. Yep, it was Iceberg. Tiger Shark would be thankful that they get saved, because they would have been eliminated if it weren't for that DNF. So they are quite far behind the rest of the marbles here in the replay. But fortunately, Iceberg does get stuck. That is the end for the chances, I believe, to winning the season. Iceberg will unfortunately be getting 10th place here. Did get a gold in bounce back, but they haven't really done much ever since, so that's unfortunate for them. As we now move to our top 9 now. The marble eliminated here won't be moving on to the top half of this event. So the fact that both Penguin and Candy Cane are still in it, one of them will be guaranteed top half here, but who would it be? Or both could be, as Supernova's at the back. Supernova's struggling. 2 marbles get stuck there. Goblin gets freed and Tiger Shark gets eliminated.
Yeah, that's kind of how Tiger Shark's season has been going. Supernova somehow had the courage to free themselves. Look at Tiger Shark there. It's stuck off of Goblin, then Goblin gets hit by Supernova, freeing them both and only eliminating Tiger Shark. And it's one of Tiger Shark's better events this season because of how bad it's been, but still. We're going to be wondering what could have been. They are eliminated in 9th here, just outside of the top half. Very disappointing for that marble, considering they were already dead last in the standings. You see there? And it looks like we're having a lot of marbles in that 4th through 8th range eliminated. That is good news for the marbles at the top. Down they go to start this round. And it is Firefly at the back. Then they get around Supernova. And oh, it's just going to be Electrojet eliminated, getting stuck on that same line.
And Electrojet will be eliminated here. That's quite big, considering Electrojet is quite high in the standings. They could have made a charge to get to that podium even. 2 marbles higher up getting eliminated, but Electrojet will unfortunately be getting eliminated here in 8th. Still top half finish for them, which is quite good, but there are still 7 other marbles, and both Candy Cane and Penguin are still in this unbelievably. So Electrojet unfortunately gets eliminated. Supernova, I think, is the other marble that's in the top half in the standings that are still in this to go. As everyone's in 1 row now, 7 marbles remaining on this course. Who get eliminated this round? Goblin at the back. Now Candy Cane's at the back. Will Candy Cane get eliminated?
Oh.
They get shoved by Penguin and Candy Cane gets out.
Penguin is loving what they're seeing. Candy Cane, the only marble remaining who is still in a decent position, is out. Penguin has a great chance to extend the lead here. I'm not sure if he can clinch the championship today, but it could be close. As now the highest ranked marble left is Supernova, who is way far back, besides for Penguin, of course. So Penguin is loving what they're seeing here. If they can keep going to like a podium or first place, they could have a huge lead in the championship, what's been such a close title recently. And Supernova is down in 9th. So that is good for Penguin. start this next round. Down they go. Firefly at the back. Now it is Penguin. Penguin gets around Firefly though, and Firefly hits Signal Flag, who is stuck, and Firefly is eliminated.
Yeah, none of Marbles seem to be getting stuck on this course. I think they thought this track was much more easier than they thought, and that's why there seems to be a lot of DNF. Signal Flag, they get freed luckily by Firefly here. This is the end of Firefly's run here. They were quite low in the standings, so this is a good event for them, thankfully. Put them up slightly higher in the standings, but I think they're already out of championship contention either way. So Firefly will be getting 6. We do now have our top 5 remaining marbles now. Goblin, Signal Flag, Supernova, Patriotic, and Penguin. Who's going to get out here? Looks like Supernova's at the back this time around. They passed Penguin though. And oh! Supernova, Penguin, both DNF. I think Supernova's slightly far back though. Might be Supernova that gets eliminated here.
I think it will be the other highest remaining marble. Despite being quite back, that is good news for Penguin once again, who's seeming to get by the skin of his teeth every round. Supernova, the marble in 8th, I said that earlier, that was my fault, is eliminated here in 5th. So Penguin, it's looking good for Penguin. Let's see how many they can get, and can they get on the podium? 4 marbles left. Penguin, Patriotic, Signal Flag, and Goblin. The other 3 in the bottom half. Here is round 13. They're lined up. And down we go. It is Patriotic at the back. Now it's Signal Flag. Signal Flag, can they get around Patriotic? Yes, they can. They pin them against the wall. A great move there by Goblin, and Patriotic, who's been terrible since like event 3, is eliminated here.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for them. It seems like they freed Goblin there. Goblin got DNF'd as well, and that's unfortunate for Patriotic though. We are now left with our top 3 for this event. We do have our podium determined, but in what order? With only 2 rounds left to go, it's really anyone's win for this event here between Penguin, Signal Flag, and Goblin. I think if Signal Flag wins this event, they could still have a podium shot in the finale, but not a winning chance. As we now move into our final podium round here, who gets the bronze here? The Penguin gets out.
All the other competitors happy Penguin isn't getting a gold, but still Penguin picking up a bronze when no one else did very well at all. The Penguin can be very happy with this event. There was a very quick run through the switchbacks for all of them. It's just unfortunately for Penguin, they were at the back and they will have to settle for the bronze here. Still a very good event though for our championship leader, but that leaves us with just 2, Signal Flag and Goblin. Who is going to be taking home the gold in this event? None of these marbles are high up in the standings, 14th and 12th respectively. Let's see who's going to win it in our final round of the elimination race. Down they go. Goblin is a bit back to start through the switchback, and it's going to be an easy win for Signal Flag. A perfect run down the Gravitrax. Signal Flag will win the penultimate event of IMM Season 1.
That is very good news for Signal Flag. As I said earlier, that might give them a chance at the podium in the final event that is coming up. Goblin, very unfortunate to not get the gold here, but they will be getting a silver, which should boost them up the standings quite a bit, since they are quite low down. But all of the championships will be going to Signal Flag for this event here today. Goblin getting the silver, and Penguin will be getting the bronze, still dominating the season overall. As you see, the results are Signal Flag down to Soundwave there. Of course, the biggest gap between Penguin and Quartz we have ever seen yet, and only 3 marbles are left in the championship running. Comedian, Electrojet, and Signal Flag are still left with podium chances heading into a final event. Anything can still happen, as you see here in the next event, which will be Marathon.